Page 305, number 41. Sketch the graph of the function y equals the cosine of x over 2. Now, I'm going to start by graphing a similar graph, y equals the cosine of x. Now, a few things I know about graphing this. First of all, cosine, this basic cosine function will start at this point up here, and will follow an up and down pattern, and after a period of 2 pi units, we'll be back up where it started. So at pi units, it's at a minimum value. It'll start at a maximum value of 1. After 2 pi units, it's back at its maximum. It will intercept the x-axis at these two values here. So that graph will look something like this. And whoops, let's just touch that, and it'll continue on forever in both directions. Okay, now how is that graph similar to this one, y equals the cosine of x over 2? Well, the only change here is x over 2. What does that over 2 do? It's going to change, what it's going to do is going to change the horizontal stretch. Having some value here, either multiplied or divided by x, will either make our graph stretched out more, or it'll shrink it in this horizontal direction. Here's how I can tell what it does every time. I'm going to take that x over 2 and set it equal to my starting point and my ending point of one period of my graph. So I can set that equal to 0, and I can set that equal to, whoops, x over 2, I'm going to set that equal to 2 pi. And let me just change this. This should have been x over 2. Now, if I solve both of these for x, so here if I multiply both sides by 2, I get x equals 0. Here if I multiply both sides by 2, I get x equals 4 pi. So what that tells me is my graph of this function here will have the same basic shape, except it'll start at x equals 0, so it's going to start at this point here, and it's going to reach its maximum again way over here at x equals 4 pi. So it's going to come down and up, and over here at a maximum value of 4 pi, it'll begin another period. So it's actually going to have a minimum value halfway between those at 2 pi. It'll have an intercept right here, another intercept, about here or so, and I won't be able to quite fit this on my graph, but it's going to look something like this. It's going to come down here, have a minimum value at 2 pi. It's going to continue upward. Its maximum value then will be at 4 pi. And it's going to continue on here to the left as well. Now we can verify this by taking a look at this one graph on our calculator. So I'm going to type in here y equals the cosine of x over 2. And if I graph that function, I can see there's my cosine curve. It's really stretched out horizontally. It's got a minimum value here at 2 pi. And if I extended the window, it would show a maximum at 4 pi.